Hello. We've come out to the garden this morning to discover that one of the branches on the corkscrew willow has been blown down and snapped off in the wind, and so this morning Mr. J and I are going to do our level best to clear all this. I'm Liz Zorab and this is Byther Farm. I'm going at it from this side.
Okay.
Because so we've made a start clearing away some of the smaller pieces. Mr. J has just gone to get a saw to start cutting down some of the bigger branches, and what I'm doing is trying to take some of the weight off the ends so that as we're working on it, it doesn't tear on the main branch any more than it already is. You see, if I can show you, it's sort of up here. That's working backwards. I don't do that very well, but sort of up there. So this big branch has split away from the main trunk. So we're just going to work our way from the thin end up that way as best we can to take the weight off and take that down. It's only maybe 2 or 3 years since we did this the last time, when lots of it collapsed from the far side. And that's one of the things about willows, is that they can be quite brittle, and they can be quite weak in some ways and just break in the wind. This tree has got an awful lot of foliage higher up for its trunk, given the width of the trunk, and that it's only been in this site for about 4 years. It was here, well, it was in the garden when we moved in, but very near to the house, so I moved it to the hedge on the west, and the wind just kept blowing it over and pulling the roots out of the ground, so eventually brought it here, and it was been really happy here. But it does, every few years when we get a fierce wind, it takes sections of it down.
As Liz was saying, it's a brittle tree, but one of the good things about it is that the wood can dry out fairly quickly, and then you can burn it, I don't know, 3 to 6 months after you've cut it. So if you've got a tree like this and you've got a problem like we've got here, cut it down, you've got great kindling, and you've got some good small logs as well in a fairly short space of time.
So what we're trying to do is to take down everything that has fallen down, and then also just have a little look at the shape of the tree that is remaining. And we're having to take some pieces out so we can access the piece that's split off. But the nice thing about willow is it rejuvenates really quickly, and within a couple of years there'll be a whole load more branches and stems growing and doing their twisty willow thing. I have already taken some cuttings of this year, so I just cut pieces off and I've put them in a tall bucket of water in the hope that they'll root, so we can take those with us to our new home. But in the meantime, maintenance jobs continue. So the break is there, and the branch is coming down, and then there's another branch underneath that's actually supporting it. So Mr. J is going to take out the supporting branch, because that goes all the way across up into the rowan tree, and there's a very real chance that that will come down and land on the polytunnel. So he's going to take that out, which then hopefully means that the one that's already broken will lower down gently, and we'll be able to access that. That's the theory. I'm going to stay close by to Mr. J, because there is a real risk that that taller one is going to just drop, in which case I want to be able to shout at him to move out of the way. I'm not going to try and catch it. I'm just going to make sure that we're both well out of the way. Slow.
That's the one I'm cutting. You've got in your
Yeah,
hand.
but there's a real risk of it landing on the polytunnel, so...
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
So can you take it down slowly as I'm cutting?
We'll have to... Well, now we can reach it, we'll have to do some loppering.
Okay.
So you can top that.
So can I carry on with this one? Right.
Yeah. Oh, that was an unexpected activity this morning.
Yeah, just a little stroll around the garden, she says. Nothing much. Only take 5 minutes. That's the normal catchphrase, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've got this far. The last bit to do is for Mr. J to actually cut the branch where it's snapped,
Yeah.
and then to take the larger pieces of wood that you've cut round to the wood store.
And yeah, and then they'll be, they can dry out there for a while, and then they'll be a lot easier to cut down and chop up for the wood burner in 3 to 6 months' time.
And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one.
Without too many surprises.
And I also hope you'll join me again next time.
Bye.